Okay, I want to introduce our speaker today, and I want to thank her so much. And thank you for for coming in there, Rachel, and playing that beautiful music. That was unbelievable. So, um, so Rachel is from Bat Ayin, Gush Etzion. She was born in Yerushalayim, a happy mother, 11, and grandmother, more than 20. A professional musician, mainly piano, graduate of the Rubin Academy of Music in Jerusalem, giving classes and lectures, performing and recording, 1 CD with the band, 17 of Rav Yitzchak Ginsburg's music. Wow. Piano solo with the Alea Sor Band or the Or Chaya Choir that she leads, composing and writing arrangements for all of these. She put out a book for learning piano in a holy way with nigunim only. Old Hasidic nigunim are so deep and exciting. It's my shlichus to share my love and knowledge. So I feel very, very privileged to introduce to you Rachel. Are you there? Did
Here.
Rachel?
Now you can hear me.
Hi,
Okay.
Rachel. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
I feel very honored to be with this wonderful group. I came in yesterday to peek to see what the group is, and I'm just so overwhelmed. It's such wonderful women and such a great thing you're doing. And when you said Nishmat Kol Chai, and you end with we should sing to Hashem all the praises and songs, that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to start with a song, and then I'm going to explain about it and explain our topic. I wrote we're going to talk about the sound of my selfie. So let's start. It's a nigun by Rabbi Aaron Haritonov, a Chabad composer from like 100 years ago, 150 years ago. So like I said, this enchanting melody, this enchanting, wonderful nigun is by Rabbi Aaron Haritonov. It was a very musical family. His brother wrote a very famous nigun. Maybe if we have time, we'll play it also. When I heard this song for the first time, it just went with me for so long. I couldn't stop singing it. And I was looking where it is. Where is the CD I heard it from? Until I found it. And this is what our whole talk is about. That the nigun is the language of the neshama. It was the language of our soul before it came down to this world. When I don't think you remember, maybe the little babies still remember the taste of when we were up there under the holy throne in Gan Eden. What we did was learn Torah and sing. The angels, their language is song. They're singing. We could hear the song. Also, each one had his own unique song. When we were in the Neshama up there, we had our unique song. When we come down to this world and the angel tips our lip and we forget everything, we also forget our own personal, unique song. And in this world, we're walking around looking for it, trying to find it. And every niggun that is very moving for us, it's probably close and a little like the niggun that we're looking for. Like this niggun is probably close to my own niggun. There's a few other ones. Many are from Rabbi Aaron Charitonov, by the way. But it was so moving for me. Each person has his own song that really, really, really moves her, and the neshama. Now, since neshama comes down to this world, and it's looking for its song, and it has such yearning for the last song, so here in this world, what do we have? We have so many things that are just the outside. We used to seeing the world from the outside, only the way that the shell of everything, and we forget about the pnimius, about the inside of our own unique self. And part of it is our name. Our name is our own expression, right? A name. But even if we don't have a name, you, that's the me. Who's this me that they're calling? So I say my name is Rachel Yocheved, by the way. But so in this world, when we go around looking for the song, what is there in music, in nigun, that can express our inner self? We say that in Egypt, they didn't change their names, the language, and the clothing. All these outside things that do show our inside, but still, where is our inside? So the name, what's the name? So in music, according to Rav Yitzchak Ginsburg, what expresses my unique self is one note. One note, repeating itself, one note repeating itself. If we were very pure, I could play one note all day and just listen to it and meditate with it. But we're not there, so we need more than that. So we have, each note is like one of the worlds up there, one of the sfirot, one of the attributes, the holy attributes from up there. Each note, this is chesed and gvura, tiferet, netzach, hod, yesod, malchut. One way to translate it, we don't know very sure because Mashiach will come, he'll teach us everything. But so when we do many notes together, we are moving worlds up there. But when we repeat one note over and over and over, it's what refers to the expression Chasidut Atzmi. Atzmi is selfie. My own inner self. In Chasidut, they explain that when somebody really doesn't pay attention, doesn't care what they're going to think of him, or doesn't care about if I wear the same thing. Can you imagine you wearing the same dress for 2 weddings? Oh no, no way, right? But if you can, doesn't matter what I wear, it should look nice, it should be honorable, it should be tzniusdik, but who cares? It's like the inside is what matters. So that's the one note. Let's do a song that has one note repeating itself. The one that we did also had. Also, it was expressing the uniquenesses of here I am, that's me. Let's take a happy song that it's famous for singing it on Lecha Dodi. You probably know it. In Chabad, they took it to sing it at Zifrach Be'emav Tzadik. And actually, the origin of this nigun is from the founder of the Mozhitzer Hasidim, Rabbi Yisrael Mimozhitz. It's very famous. Then comes something we already did. It's like a manuela, like you used to turn on the cars. The same note repeats itself over again. Ay, 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 ay. You hear it in many, many songs. It's just, again, it's the same song. You wanna get more and more and more into it, right? Ay, 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 ay. So it can be in slow songs, it can be in happy songs. We have to express ourselves. I want to teach you a song. I don't know if you know it, but it's a beautiful, beautiful song that the Rebbe of Lubavitch taught. And when he taught it, he had a story about it. The story is that the Tsar of Russia, he decided to conquer the whole world. His little, like Yertle the Turtle, if anybody knows this famous story by Dr. Seuss. It wasn't enough, not the pond. He wanted bigger and bigger and bigger. So the Tsar always wants more land. And he conquers country after country, land after land. Nobody can withhold the might of the Tsar till he gets to the high mountains of the Kafkaz. And there, on the mountain, there's a little tribe of guerrilla fighters, and he can't conquer them. And the Tsar is so upset. So he tells them, we'll make a peace treaty. Everything will be fine. You come down from the mountain, and Big Brother will take care of you, right? So they get tempted, and they come down. And of course, he captures their leader, Shamil, and he takes away all the weapons, and he puts Shamil in prison. And there, in prison, this leader, his name was Shamil. You can look it up in the internet. He's a very amazing looking guy with a long beard and blue eyes. And they were Muslims, and they were very cruel, but very impressive. So there in prison, Shamil sits, and he's dreaming, he's remembering the high mountains where he came from. He remembers that he was as free as a bird in the sky, as an eagle in the heavens, free from the demands of culture and the government. And look at him now. How can he compare between what he was then to what he is now? So out of his yearning was born this song. That's the Rebbe teaches the song. And he said, when the Jews heard the song, they said, it's just like the Neshama. It's a mamash, a parable for the Neshama. It also was on the high mountains in Gan Eden, like we told before. And it was forced down to come to the world. The Neshama doesn't want to come down to the world. And it's forced into the body. And here in the body, it's like in prison. Just imagine what was in Gan Eden. And it was before, it was on a very high level, like a bird in the sky, an eagle in the heaven. That's expressions from Kabbalah and Chassidut. The Neshama comes from very high. But the Neshama knows that Yerida Zu Tzorech Aliyah. Coming down is in order to end up higher than where it started. That's when the Neshama comes down. It's going to be even better because the Neshama doesn't have a body. The Neshama doesn't have hands, doesn't have a mouth, doesn't have eyes, doesn't have legs. It can't do any mitzvahs. It can't do anything in this world. But the body can. So the Neshama needs the body in this world in order to do all these things. And then, thanks to the mitzvah it's doing in this world, it's going to end up higher than where it started. Now, the nigun that the Rebbe taught is so exact. It's called a nigun mechuvan. There's 3 kinds of nigunim they talk about in Chassidut. And this is the highest. Nigun mechuvan, very exact, very tuned, very, very defined, it gives a direction. That's a whole topic for a whole class. You can join my Wednesday nigunim class on Zoom. And every week we talk about one of the topics. So that's a whole class for itself. So just this nigun is so exact, you can hear the whole story in the nigun. I'll show you. It starts with a one note. It starts with that's me, Shamil, the big leader. But I'm not there anymore. Tries again. But it's not. it's so sad. The second part is so sad. It's almost despair. The same, this theme can be as despair. Right? But it takes the same theme and it turns it into hope. Doesn't fall down anymore. Goes down even more. Goes down in order to go up, and then finishes. And when the Rebbe was singing this nigun, he used to jump up to a higher level to end it. It's amazing. You hear everything. So taking this motive that's almost despair and turning it with emunah and bitachon, tikva. Actually, it's tikva. Tikva is hope. Tikva in Hebrew is like kav, like a line. Like when Rachav, when they captured Yericho, she hung the red string on the wall to sign where she lived. Tikvat chut hashani, the little string of hope. So the string of hope is like a kav, is like the umbilical cord that connects us with the high mountains, with the horim, with our parents, with our dreams, with our aspires, with our wishes, everything. And Rav Yitzchak, when he explained this, I'm taking all this from a class from Rav Yitzchak Ginsburg, he says, don't come off the mountain. You have to stay on the mountain. Don't be tempted. Don't come down. But then we're going to end up higher than when we started. Let's sing Shamir, now the whole song. Maybe you could sing with me already? That's Shamil. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful song. There's another one that really touched my heart the first time I heard it. I heard it first time on Shvi'i Shel Pesach. We had a Sudat Mashiach. We had a party to exclaim the one Mashiach. So I went home. It was a Friday, I remember. I went home and said, what was that nigun? I have to look it up. And I have the book of Nigunim of Chabad. And I'm looking, I'm turning page after page after page. I have to find that niggin. Which niggin is that? And I'm learning, going on and on and on. It's niggin 302. I found it. But I love this niggin, yeah. So, the same note, repeating itself. Let's take another happy one doing that. Nigun from Kublich, from the town of Kublich. Very happy nigun. We could go on with this for a long time. It's a round niggin that wants to go on and on. If you notice, we had the fast notes in the beginning, and then it's the same note. This note in the melody is the tonica. It's the beginning of the key that we're playing on. Not necessarily the beginning, but when we end, we feel at home. That's the pintele yid. That's like the Jewish little soul inside of everything. Each melody has its own pintele yid where you come back to it. We come back to the same note. We feel at home. That's the pintele yid. Let's take another song. Okay. There's so many nigunim in Chabad and in general that they have it. But we don't have that much time. So I'm going to go on to this. Another song that has a tone that repeating itself. You can say, okay, it's very nice to talk about Hasidim and men that are very atzmi, they know where they are, they can meditate, but we are women. We're so busy. We run from place to place. We have so many chores or whatever you say it, and we can't be with ourselves so much. So what's for women? So first of all, if you want to see an atzmi, you want to see an example for what's an atzmi, I'll show you. Look at a baby. A baby, he can eat the same food over and over and over. He's always happy. It's wonderful. Isn't that great? A baby and you can play and tone for the baby. He listened to it. I remember I had a grandson. He was like less than a week old, and my piano tutor came by, and he was tuning the piano. And the baby's listening. I can see he's like, he loved it. It was one note repeating, and he loved it. You know, it's like, so that's an aspect. So what does a woman do? So we can say, okay, I remember that they had an interview with the son of shluchim in America, a little kid. His parents were shluchim, and they were traveling from place to place to place. That was the job. And they say, you poor you don't have where to be. You don't have a house. And so the little kid says, I don't have a house, but I have a home. So wherever his mother is, that's his home. So wherever we are, that's where our atzmi is. So once we're here, and then we're there, and then 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later, we're there. So that's where we are. So I chose a song by Ben Zion Schenker, famous Eshet Chai Miimtza. Listen what happens there. One note, right? I'm not there anymore. Now here. Not anymore, I'm here. Anywhere I am, that's where I am, right? Let's do it. You know it. אשת חיל ממצא ורחוק מפניני מחבטך בלב בעלה ושלל לא יחסר מלאת הוא טוב ולא רע כל ימי חיי הדר שהצמר ופשתים ושש מחפש כפיה היי תללי נה 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 היי 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 na 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 ay 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 na na ay na 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 ay na 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 na. When you sing it on Shabbat, you remember and you say, I'm okay. Wherever I am, that's me. I'm okay. If I have enough time, maybe I'll sing to you one of the tones. I usually don't do this in my classes, but a song that I wrote, because you sang Nishmat Kol Chaim, that's the name of a group. I wrote a song, I wrote a melody for one of the parts of Nishmat Kol Chaim. Ilufinu male shira kayam, uleshonenu rina kamon galav. If our mouth would be full of song, we could never express enough gratitude to Hashem. So Hashem sent me this song for when I was working on one of my, for my thesis, for my studies. But let's go. It's go like this. Ilufinu male shira kayam ulshonenu rina kahamon galav ושפתותינו שבח כמחבר רקיע רקיע אילופינו מלא שירה קיים ולשוננו רינה כהמון גלם ושפתותינו שבח כמחבר רקיע מספיקים להודות לך, אין אנו מספיקים להודות לך השם, אין אנו מספיקים להודות לך, אין אנו מספיקים להודות לך השם. אילופינו מלא שירה קיים ולשוננו רינה כהמון גלם ושפתותינו שבח כמחבר רקיע רקיע אילופינו מלא שירה קיים ולשוננו רינה כהמון שפתותינו שבח כמחבר רקיע רקיע אין אנו מספיקים להודות לך אין אנו מספיקים להודות לך השם אין אנו מספיקים להודות לך אין אנו מספיקים להודות לך השם, להודות לך השם. That was for you. Yeah. Keep going with your group. We have time for another song, or our time is up? Happy song, Waiting for Mashiach, and also has this Manuela thing inside of repeating a song. מתי לכשיפוץ ומתך החוצה, איי איי איי, מתי כתימה, לכשיפוץ ומתך החוצה, מתי 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 כתימה, לכשיפוצו, מתי 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 כתימה, לכשיפוצו. Where's your drums? You were ready for Mashiach. מתי כתימה, לכשיפוצו מתך החוצה, איי איי איי, מתי כתימה, לכשיפוצו מתך החוצה, מתי 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 כתימה, לכשיפוצו, מתי 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 כתימה, לכשיפוצו. Okay. Any questions or remarks? It's your time.
Wow. I gotta tell you, Rachel, that I think that we're all supported our neshamas. It's just so amazing to watch how every woman has this amazing express, and how the beauty of the Jewish, how they take it and they bring it back. So I want to, it was so beautiful, literally so beautiful.
Each one with her own unique song, and together in our song Ready for Mashiach, yeah, to welcome him.
Rachel, you know,
I don't hear you well.
Do you know Orit Ritter?
I don't know if
The echo is because Rachel's not being on mute is creating an echo. Do you know Orit Ritter? I want to hook you up with her. You know, they're starting a group to bring back Nugunim. And I have to hook you up with her. They're doing this whole thing to bring back Nugunim. They feel it's one of the things that's missing before the time.
I agree. To bring Mashiach, that's the way to bring Mashiach. Is all these.
I have to. You know, I want to tell you. I don't want to take up time. I just want to tell you. A few years ago, I was learning on Shabbos, and I learned something that had such an impact on me. I was learning that why is it that a human being, right, that we're so moved by music. You know, you can literally hear a nigun or a song, and you can be so, it can move you. You just feel so close to Hashem, or you just want to dive in, and so it's said that the neshama has a memory, exactly like you said. The neshama has a memory that when it was in Shemayim, it was thinking, it was singing to Hashem. It was singing to Hashem. So it says, why does a baby, if you ever look at a baby loves melodies and will fall asleep. So it said because a baby just came from Gan Eden. They just came from Gan Eden. So their memory is so much greater. And that's why they feel that. Rachel, I will send all the information to all the groups about your Zoom classes. So not to worry. You'll send it to me and I'm going to post it on. When I post the recording, I will post your information of how people can get in.